Chapter 9, Episode 3, New Kid on the Block. Early the next morning, I sat on the edge of the bed I commandeered of my own. Mom brought me the clothes she'd promised she would. I frowned as I stared down at my left leg. It went out on me yesterday. It went out soon that I was told. That needed to be taken care of. I was told 2 months ago that my leg would be fine for at least a year before I would run into any problems. I even told my doctor that I was an active girl. He assured me that my leg would still be fine for a year. Yesterday proved him wrong. Then again, nobody took into account the idea that I would take up maverick hunting. That's going to put a lot more stress on my leg than being a teenage girl or karate training would have on their own. I sighed deeply. Mom also brought me a small box from home. I slid it on my pillow the night before so that I wouldn't forget about it. Not that I forget about getting rid of my problem. I pulled it out and opened it, revealing a small screwdriver and contact lens for resetting computer circuitry. I rolled up the pajama that covered my left leg as high as it would go, which was nearly up to my waist. Good, because I needed to see as much as I possibly could. I tapped my finger on a spot in the middle of my thigh. A thin blue box flashed momentarily before the outer flash hissed. The skin slid away, revealing a small panel just underneath where my skin used to be. I needed the code my leg required before it would allow any maintenance in the panel. The flash would move before it too slid away and let me look at the machine that comprised my leg. I thumped a small red switch, which shut down the sensory reception system in the leg. I didn't want to feel whatever I needed to do, since it was going to hurt badly. Reworking computer circuits doesn't seem like it would hurt when you're doing it to someone that isn't alive. The problem is, though, that if you do it to someone and mess something up, you could end up causing a lot of pain. I didn't want to feel it when I did. Last time I tried DIY maintenance, I ended up crossing the wrong wires and causing the biggest mechanized cramp I've ever experienced. I got a good look at the stuff that made up my leg. Now the hardware seemed to be the problem. Nothing was burned out, destroyed, or otherwise out of place, visually. I carefully pushed on the hardware to the side. The next thing to check was the machine to let me move everything. Oh, great. Some of the hydraulic lines were ruptured. Liquid nitrogen covered a lot of the other moving parts, freezing them up. I rolled my eyes. That would be the cause of my problems. Just what the blue heck am I supposed to go get my leg taken care of? There was no way I could fix these things on my own. I just had to put up with my leg freezing up on me, for lack of a better phrase, so I could see my doctors or a mechanic about it. Just as I brought my hand up to my face to demonstrate how I felt about my situation, a knock came on the door. Hey! A muffled voice came from the outside. You awake in there, Iris? My eyes widened. Mitty, you can't see what I'm doing. Before I had the chance to cover everything up, though, Mitty barged through the door, demonstrating just how much he respected both the ideas that I might have been asleep and may have wanted some privacy. My eyes widened even more as he walked in. Morning, Iris. I thought I'd come wet, except Miss Sims was he saw my leg. The smile he had on when he walked in vanished almost instantly. My face turned burnt intensely as I felt my face flush into a deep red shade. Now all that needs to happen is for Mitty to either start asking insane questions that I wouldn't even know how to answer, or for him to start running down the hallway screaming blame in the total fear over what? Wait, did he just sigh? His eyes fell to the floor and his shoulders dropped. Okay, that wasn't quite the reaction I was expecting. I'm sorry, he said solemnly. Now I was starting to get a bit worried. I didn't know. I sighed myself. Don't worry about it. I don't tell a whole lot of people about it. He probably thinks I'm a freak or something. He's probably just feigning pity over not knowing that I had machinery in me. It's not like it's his business or anything. For all I know, he's probably sorry that he didn't think I was a replicant or something. I didn't know you were a hybrid. If my eyes could have widened any further, they would have. How do you know what I was? What makes you think I'm a hybrid? Mitty rolled his eyes. Your mother's a human. A replicant and a human can't give birth to a replicant, now can they? Oh. Yeah. He slowly walked up to me. I could tell he was trying not to stare at it, because his eyes constantly shifted from my leg to things that wouldn't even be remotely interesting by comparison. I rolled my eyes. It's okay to look. It won't bother me. Not that you've seen it already. Mitty sat down in bed next to me. I'm sorry about the way I'm acting, he said, still in a bit of shock. I just didn't expect to see someone with replacements. These are supposed to still be in the testing phase. People aren't supposed to have these for another few years. I smiled a bit. I guess that's the kind of influence my parents have. Looked at me in the eyes. There was not a moment there where neither of us spoke. It kind of felt like we connected somehow. Looks, I looked deep into his blue eyes and noted what looked like a small light quickly crossed his pupil. Another small light ran across right afterward. I knew what that meant. You're a Reploid? I asked, probably a little more intensely than I wanted. He nodded, confirming my suspicion. He then looked back down my leg. Do you mind if I... He trailed off. I knew what he wanted. I nodded my own head, then watched as he knelt down and gingerly placed his hands on my thigh. He gently pressed his fingers down to feel how much of me wasn't really me. At least, I'm sure he was gentle about it. My sensory sets were still off, so I couldn't feel what he was doing. He slid his fingers down my leg, pressing the whole way through. His eyes went wide as he continued, and I thought he mouthed something to himself. He actually reached my foot and squeezed around. Once he was done, he looked up at me with another sympathetic look. Your whole leg? I nodded. From waist to toe. I saw him give my hip a quick look. Don't even think about it. He chuckled a bit. Better than looking at me like a sad puppy. He saw the exposed section of my thigh. Your hydraulics are shot, he said. Yeah, I answered. This leg wasn't made to hold up to half the stuff I do. I put a lot of stress on my leg with my daily life. Now that I'm a maverick hunter, these things aren't going to last me any real amount of time. Me looked puzzled. Why not? Well, this isn't suited for athletic use. It's supposed to be used for everyday life. I'd get one designed for the extra strength physical activities, but they're extremely expensive and hard to come by, especially since they're still experimental, just like these regular ones. Mom and Dad did a lot for me just getting one of these regular used legs. I'm not going to ask them to give me something so expensive. Well, that's just not going to cut it, he said before I grabbed the lens from the box on my bed. He started working on seeing the nitrogen lines that were ruptured. We're going to need to commission one of those specialized legs for you. My eyes went wide. You don't have to do that for me, you know? Minnie shook his head. Nonsense. I'm one of your technicians. I have to make sure the medical hunter that I'm supplying to work with has the best equipment at all times. That means that if you need a better leg, then I'm going to get you one. He finished working on the lines. Oh, done. You can close up now. I looked at his handiwork. He looked almost new. I couldn't believe he was able to do that. Then again, he was a Reploid. I smiled growing my face as I looked up to him. Thanks. No problem. Now you need to get ready for school. Your mom said she wasn't going to buy you another day off. I knew that. I thought my sensory receptors back on and flexed my whole leg. Everything felt fine. No freezing up, no unusual spasms, no hardcore cramps. I admit, he's good. Even my toes, which I cramped up the last time I tried to work on myself, were just fine. I pressed a small button hidden near my knee, which closed this exposed section and sealed it. Looking at it, you won't be able to tell that the leg wasn't actually mine. Things again, Mitty, I said as I pulled my pajama leg down. Mitty nodded. What happened? If it's not too much to ask. My mood changed. I didn't want to think about it. I stood up rather rudely, which caught Mitty by surprise. I've got to get ready for school. I didn't wait for a response. I stormed to the restroom, which I had to find by myself, thanks a lot, Mitty, and turned on the shower. Images popped in my head as I prepared to clean up. Hopefully the beat would be enough to wash away the memory, or the heat would be enough to wash away the memories. Bad memories. 15 minutes later, I came out of the restroom trying to hold back the stomach acid that threatened to shoot its way up my throat. It wasn't the fact that Mitty brought back something I didn't want to remember. No, it was the fact that Mom had to bring me everything I needed for school. Everything. Including that god-awful, horribly colored uniform. It looked like a mix between a mustard and a ketchup bottle, and it makes my normally good-looking hair look like the stuff that dressed up when you leave the mustard out too long. Biggie was still in the room when I stepped out. He got one good look at my uniform and gagged. Whose idea was it to make you wear that? He asked as forcefully swallowed some bile. I don't know, but when I find out, they're getting a steel boot in the Zach's side. I picked up the book my mom left for me, slung it over my shoulder and started out the room. Mitty followed quickly behind me. He cut off to me a few feet down the hall. Iris, I'm sorry, he said. For what? I asked. For upsetting you. I didn't know you'd get that mad. I smiled. You didn't make me mad. It's just not really something I like talking about. Heck, besides my parents, you're the only one person who knows about it. He shot me another confused look. Who else knows about it? My best friend. She's the only one I've told about, and she's promised me that she won't tell anyone else. Mitty brought a hand up to his shin. You know, you've gotten used to the idea that your parents are a pair of worldwide heroes, and that you're now a teenage maverick hunter pretty quickly. I adjusted the book back on my shoulder. Yeah, Some problem believes that this is a dream, and I'm expecting to wake up to my room's alarm clock as any minute now. Ow! A rose small spot on my arm that Mitty had just pinched hard. He just shrugged. Figuring that you're already awake, he said with a smile. Thanks, I muttered. Anyway, I better get going. I'm going to be late for school if I don't leave now. Mitty stopped in front of the door that led to the command center. Oh, you don't have to worry about that. We can just port you there. I shook my head. Thanks, but I don't think that will be appropriate. You know, misusing resources and all. The door opened, revealing Colonel Snowcap. It's fine, he says he sipped his drink. I sure think his cup doesn't ever empty. You still need a proper education. You can't afford to be late to anything. Maybe Perky shoved me into the room. I saw him forward just as Colonel Snowcat stepped aside, resulting in a less than graceful faceplant onto the floor. Everyone working in the room turned to see McCloud's body before resuming their work. Thanks, Mitty. Speaking of the Green Devil, he moved to an open computer station and started typing commands. Alright, school targeted, he said as a can popped up his monitor. Ready for transport. I stood up. Hold up, Mitty. I don't want transferring now, he says. He pressed a button on his keyboard. The last thing I saw of him at the moment was a wide smile on his face just as he turned around to watch. Darn it, why won't they listen to me? Chapter 3. I just hoped that what happened in the Matrix would happen for her too. The road acted like rubber and bounced Neo back when he failed his first big jump. Chapter 7 to be answered next time.